Antarctica's deep secret. An epic meltdown. The frozen continent of Antarctica is a colossal place, surrounding the South Pole and roughly 40% bigger than Europe. It holds the planet's largest reservoir of ice, about 25 million cubic kilometers, 6 million mi3, which is 90% of all the globe's ice and 60% of Earth's freshwater. What happens if we melt it all in minutes? Waterwave. The Doomsday Glacier breaks. Our nightmare begins with the Thwaites Glacier, chillingly nicknamed the Doomsday Glacier. This ice chunk, roughly the size of Florida, is currently shedding 50 billion tons of ice annually, and accounts for 4% of the 9 inches of sea level rise recorded so far. In an instant, the Thwaites Glacier melts, rushing into the Southern Ocean and from there, globally. Initial sea level rise. The world's sea levels rise by 60 centimeters, 2 feet. Coastal areas, including streets in San Francisco, Miami, and New Orleans, are immediately submerged. This catastrophic break is triggered by forces beneath the ice, including a massive river of melted ice fed by geothermal energy from the Earth's interior, lubricating the glacier's base and accelerating its slide into the ocean. Ice Cube. The Great Unveiling. Hidden life and perils. Antarctica's ice sheet, with an average thickness of over 2 kilometers (1.2 miles), covers 14 million square kilometers, 5.4 million mi2 of land. Beneath this ice, a vast ocean system of 1.5 million square kilometers, 580,000 square miles, is also hiding. As the melt accelerates, 2 alarming threats are unleashed. Ancient pathogens, microbes and viruses, some trapped for millions of years, are released. These ancient pathogens are completely unfamiliar to modern immune systems, posing the threat of devastating, untreatable global pandemics. Bizarre life forms. The newly exposed ocean floor reveals unique creatures, like a new species of sea anemones that can wriggle freely instead of being rooted. These organisms survive on ancient, rotting biological matter, including millions of years old. Effort to rescue survivors clinging to the rooftops of skyscrapers. Fire. New climates and hidden wonders. With the ice gone, the face of the planet is forever changed. The Earth warms up. The meltdown introduces major warming feedback loops. Loss of reflectivity. The highly reflective ice surface is replaced by dark water, causing the Earth to absorb more sunlight and heat up. Ocean conveyor belt disrupted. Fresh meltwater makes the ocean surface less dense, disrupting the thermohaline circulation, the global ocean conveyor belt. This halts the distribution of heat and nutrients, which could potentially trigger an ice age in some areas, by disrupting the Gulf Stream, or more likely, result in an overall warmer Earth. Carbon release. Warmer oceans increase the decomposition rate by fungi, releasing more CO2. The layer of freshwater also makes the oceans less efficient at absorbing CO2 from the air. Permafrost thaw. The warming triggers the thawing of permafrost, soil frozen for over 40,000 years, which releases massive amounts of trapped carbon dioxide and methane, a powerful greenhouse gas, causing global temperatures to spiral even higher. The average global temperature soars to nearly 27 ring operator C, 80 ring operator F. The continent revealed. The exposed land reveals incredible natural wonders that were hidden for millennia. An enormous 3.5 kilometers, 2-mile, deep canyon system that is 100 kilometers, 62 miles, longer than the Grand Canyon. Lake Vostok, the 6th largest lake in the world by volume, isolated for 15 million years, containing unique microorganisms. A new world order. The dramatic warming forces a mass migration inland and to the poles. Previously cold regions like Canada, Alaska, and the newly exposed Arctic and Antarctic lands become the desirable, new tropical paradises. The Earth begins to resemble its state 34 million years ago, when Antarctica was a temperate rainforest. Skeletons and bacteria. Stop sign. Cascading collapse and global flooding. The melting of neighboring glaciers accelerates, pouring more water into the oceans. Further rise. Sea levels rise by another 2.5 meters, 8 feet. East Coast U.S. cities like Boston, New York, and Miami are heavily flooded. Gravitational effect. A strange phenomenon occurs near Antarctica. Sea levels actually fall. The colossal weight of the ice sheet, 24 billion megatons, exerts a gravitational pull that raises nearby water. When the ice melts, this gravitational pull vanishes, causing a localized drop, even as waters rise dramatically elsewhere. Contamination. The melting ice releases antibiotic-resistant bacteria into the oceans and subsequently into the ground. These bacteria contaminate underground aquifers with saline and drug-resistant traits, posing a serious threat to human health and drinking water supply. The complete melting of other major glaciers, including the Denmark and Scots glaciers, adds another 1.5 meters, 5 feet, of water. 4-meter rise. At this point, national monuments like the Jefferson Memorial and coastal cities like Shanghai, Lagos, Mumbai, and Jakarta are submerged. Salty water floods farmland and contaminates freshwater sources. Globe showing Asia-Australia the ultimate catastrophe. Finally, every last chunk of ice melts. Final rise. Sea levels rise an astounding 70 meters, 230 feet. Human toll. 40% of the world's population, over 3 billion people living near coastlines, are immediately affected, with the vast majority drowning in the rapid flood. The entire Atlantic seaboard of the U.S. is submerged. Major global cities like London, Paris, and Venice are underwater. The low-lying nation of Bangladesh, with 160 million people, is completely submerged. Infrastructure. Governments face a catastrophic crisis. Mass death, millions displaced, and all coastal infrastructure destroyed. The immediate priority becomes a desperate resource drain.